Anthony Scaramucci, Hopping Over the Rabbit Hole, How Entrepreneurs Turn Failure into Success. Embark on an inspiring journey through the pages of A Hopping Over the Rabbit Hole, How Entrepreneurs Turn Failure into Success by Anthony Scaramucci. This book offers a close look at the author's personal and professional experiences, turning adversity into triumph by making bold moves, learning from mistakes, and building strong relationships. Throughout the summary, you'll uncover valuable lessons on team building, handling criticism, networking, and honest salesmanship. The book ultimately serves as a beacon of hope, reminding you that even in dire situations, it's possible to beat the odds and thrive.
Bold moves pay off. In March 2009, the U.S. economy was in chaos, and Skybridge Capital was on the verge of sinking. But instead of canceling important conferences left and right, its business partner suggested a bold move: throw a hedge fund conference in Vegas. Skybridge pulled off the planning and production of the event in less than 2 months and attracted prominent guest speakers and filled the seats with investors, asset managers, academics, nonprofit leaders, and media personalities. The SALT conference proved to the world that Skybridge wasn't going out of business but was willing to make unprecedented moves. The success of the conference brought mainstream attention, even leading to Stone writing the foreword of the author's first book. The message is clear: bold moves can pay big dividends, and dire circumstances can be overcome by making the most of a bad situation. From failure to success. Skybridge planned to hold their annual SALT conference in Singapore, but missed taking into account the Deepavali holiday, which was during the same period. They had to cancel the event and adapt to the situation by planning an alternative event, the Skybridge Global Symposium in Japan. The symposium successfully salvaged their relationship with Singapore and some event costs. This event showcases the importance of acknowledging your errors, taking ownership of your response, and turning failure into a success. Focusing on process over outcome. Aspiring entrepreneurs often have unrealistic dreams of becoming rich quickly. The author was one of them, planning to fund his Italian vacation by renting ice cream trucks and selling at the Boston Marathon. However, cold weather ruined his plans and left him with less money. He later learned that focusing on the outcome and ignoring the process is a rookie mistake. Instead, he realized that investing in the right team is crucial for success. Entrepreneurs should avoid overspending on luxuries and prioritize their funds on hiring the best people for their businesses. Building an effective team. To build an effective team, select modestly intelligent people with a collective spirit who are great at teamwork. Give them everything they need to flourish. Use the DEA management style: delegation, empowerment, and accountability. Encourage open communication and foster collaboration. Create a culture of morality at your business. The author argues that building a team of geniuses isn't always the best choice. Instead, selecting individuals who are modestly intelligent, great at teamwork, and possess a collective spirit can be much more effective. These types of individuals are not focused on pulling in different directions and are not concerned with who gets the credit for a big success. Furthermore, once an effective team is formed, it's crucial to give them everything they need to flourish. The author emphasizes that the key message to put your team to best use is by delegating, empowering, and creating accountability. The author introduces the DEA management style, which involves delegating responsibility, empowering employees by providing them with the resources and the autonomy they need to be successful, and holding them accountable. The DEA management style helps in creating a culture of morality at your business. The author encourages open communication and fosters collaboration by adopting the swamp tank model, whereby team members are encouraged to work closely in proximity with each other. The culture of morality is the final component that completes the DEA management style. Wall Street is known for its unethical and cutthroat environment, but the author stresses that businesses don't have to follow that stereotypical mold. Always act with honesty and integrity, and your team will follow. By following the DEA management style and creating a culture of morality, leaders can build and maintain an effective team. Don't carry a chip. This book's summary reveals how the author learned personal responsibility and the dangers of carrying a chip on the shoulder. Coming from a middle-class Italian background, with no significant connections or skills, he believed getting fired from Goldman Sachs was due to being different. However, he later realized he was not the right fit for the job and lacked the required technical skills. He learned not to be self-piteous, not to loathe himself and not to play the victim. The author gives his experience as a testament to the dangers of victimhood and self-pity. It can paralyze initiative to self-improvement, provoke a quest for revenge, and tarnish one's connections. He gives an example of how he almost ruined a business relationship due to insecurity by playing a practical joke on his former manager. The book's summary, therefore, encourages readers to learn and embrace personal responsibility rather than blame or be suspicious of others. Turning negative press to your advantage. If you're planning to start a business, brace yourself for public scrutiny. The world's greatest entrepreneurs, including Arianna Huffington, Elon Musk, and Jeff Bezos, have all faced criticism and negative media coverage. However, their determination to challenge public opinion and pursue their goals has brought them success. Use media exposure to your advantage by learning how to cope with criticism. This means training yourself to ignore the negativity and focusing on improving your image. You can do this by having a good PR strategy that includes both controlled and uncontrolled aspects. Advertisements are how you manage the controlled part, while cultivating a positive relationship with journalists could help improve the uncontrolled part. Having a competent team that can communicate your company's story well and putting resources into developing a good customer relations strategy can also help improve media coverage of your business. Ethical selling requires strong relationships. Good salespeople prioritize relationship building to suggest products that meet their clients' needs and objectives. Instead of being pushy, it's better to find ways to be helpful and resourceful. Negotiation should be approached with the intention of creating value for both parties. Inevitably, at some point in your professional life, you will have to sell something, whether it is a product, a business venture, or a fund. However, instead of viewing selling as a form of tug-of-war, with you, the salesperson on one end of the rope and the customer on the other, unwilling to let go of their money, you can go about it more ethically by building relationships with potential clients. The key to becoming a good salesperson is relationship building skills. This means getting to know your clients so that you can recommend products that align with their needs and objectives instead of just making a profit. It's important to avoid the urge to be pushy when someone isn't a good fit for your products or services. Instead, try to turn no into an opportunity to be helpful and resourceful. Find out what the person really wants and help them solve problems that may not benefit you directly. You can even ask them for a referral if they know someone who might be interested. Negotiation is often feared because people expect it to be a negative experience. They imagine it as a battle where only the most persistent can win. However, this notion sets you up for a miserable experience where no one necessarily comes out better. A better approach is the Li Ka-shing method. Ka-shing, with his net worth of $30 billion, is one of Asia's wealthiest individuals today and an expert negotiator. His philosophy, create value for the other person handsomely with every deal you make, ensures that his partners come back to him for future business. To negotiate effectively, you must create value for both parties. In conclusion, ethical selling is all about relationship building and finding ways to create value for both you and your client. Building a strong rapport with your client sets the stage for future business opportunities and referrals. When negotiating, create value for both parties, and watch as your business flourishes. Stick your neck out. Novice business people fear public speaking and networking, making it challenging to connect and leverage opportunities. But the key to success lies in taking risks, stepping out of your comfort zone, and embracing fear. It's important to remember that everyone feels the same way, and by introducing yourself, you can make a lasting impression. A 12-year-old girl teaches us that preparation is crucial to confidence. By practicing, visualizing, and accepting oneself, fear fades away. Believing that you are enough is the first step toward success. So, don't be afraid to stick your neck out.
Anthony Scaramucci's Hopping Over the Rabbit Hole emphasizes the power of resilience, adaptability, and taking calculated risks even in the face of failure. The book provides essential lessons that can help entrepreneurs of all levels to hone their skills and attitude, particularly regarding decision-making, networking, and public speaking. By sharing both his successes and failures, Scaramucci highlights the importance of self-belief, seizing opportunities, learning from past mistakes, and always being open to change. As you journey through this book summary, you'll gain the confidence needed to face any challenge that comes your way, turning setbacks into stepping stones towards success.